Homelander is now immortal. The virus is useless, the boys have nothing, and the finale is 8 days away. So here's the question nobody can answer right now. How does this end? Because I've been thinking about this for days, and I think I figured it out. And when you hear it, you're gonna realize the show has been telling us the answer since season 3. Stay with me. What is up, everyone? If you're new here, welcome. We do deep dives, breakdowns, and theories on the best shows on TV right now. And right now, nothing is bigger than The Boys. Episode 6 just dropped. The finale, Blood and Bone, hits May 20th. And we need to talk, because episode 6, Though the Heavens Fall, just changed absolutely everything. Today, we're going to break down exactly what Homelander's V1 injection means, why the suit-killing virus is basically dead in the water, and then I'm going to lay out the 3 realistic ways this show could end, including the one I think is actually going to happen. Do me a favor, like the video. Every like gets us one step closer to taking down Homelander. And subscribe, because I'm dropping a full finale breakdown the moment episode 8 hits. Alright, let's go. Let's start with episode 6, because some of you might still be processing it. The entire season, actually the entire show, has been building toward one question. How do you kill something that can't be killed? The boys' answer was always the soup-killing virus. That was the plan. Upgrade the virus, inject Homelander, game over. But then Soldier Boy handed him V1. And that plan is now completely dead. Here's why that matters. V1 isn't just regular Compound V. It's the original formula, created by Frederick Vought himself. And it does something regular V can't. It makes you biologically immortal. You don't age, and crucially, you are immune to the soup-killing virus. We already saw proof of this. Earlier this season, when Huey and Frenchie released the virus at Teenage Kicks' hideout, it killed Jetstreak and the others. But Soldier Boy survived. Because Soldier Boy has V1 in his system. Now Homelander has it too. So the virus, useless. Against an immortal Homelander, Butcher's entire plan doesn't just fail, it evaporates. And that's why Butcher's face in that final scene was so terrifying. This is a man who has stared down impossible odds for 5 seasons. And even he just said,
Now, before we get into how Homelander dies, and he does die, we'll get to that, we need to talk about Soldier Boy, because his decision to hand over the V1 is the most important character moment of the entire season. And honestly, it makes complete sense, even though it feels insane. Think about it. Soldier Boy just watched Bombsight choose love over immortality. Bombsight gave up eternal life, gave up his powers, just to grow old alongside Golden Geisha. That's his version of a happy ending. And Soldier Boy is standing right there, watching this. And what does he take from it? The opposite lesson. He decides that Clara, Stormfront, would have wanted Homelander to be preserved, strengthened, made into something permanent, because that was her dream. A world ruled by the strongest. I loved her more, he tells Homelander. That's it. 5 seasons of hatred for his son. 5 seasons of being used as a weapon against Homelander, thrown out the window because of a dead woman's legacy. Now, is this good writing? Fans are divided. But is it believable? Yes. Because Soldier Boy has never been stable. He's always been guided by ego, resentment, and love in equal measures. This is a man who was willing to kill a child in season 3. Consistency was never his thing. But here's what's interesting, and this is the part most people are missing. The show went out of its way to remind us, in that exact same episode, that Soldier Boy can strip Homelander of his powers. He just did it to Bombsight, right before handing the V1 over. That's not an accident.
Okay, this is the part you came for. Homelander has V1. The virus is useless. 2 episodes left. How does this end? I've narrowed it down to 3 realistic scenarios, and then I'll tell you which one I think actually happens. Theory 1. Soldier Boy strips Homelander's powers. This is the most foreshadowed ending in the show. Soldier Boy's radioactive chest blast is the only thing in this universe confirmed to strip a V1 soup of their powers. We just saw it work on Bombsight, and Bombsight had V1, so the mechanism exists. The question is motive. Why would Soldier Boy flip again? Here's my theory. Stormfront is still alive. I know, but hear me out. Earlier this season, Soldier Boy said something that should have stopped everyone cold. When Homelander told him Stormfront was dead, that she bit off her own tongue, Soldier Boy said, "Horseshit. She'd never off herself. Did you see a body? Homelander never saw the body. Nobody did. And here's the thing about V1. If Stormfront had V1 in her system, which she did, she was the first successful V1 soup, a bitten tongue wouldn't kill her. The V1 would heal the damage before she bled out, which means she could still be out there, hidden, or worse, held by someone. If Stormfront turns up alive in episodes 7 or 8, and is revealed to have been harmed, betrayed, or used by Homelander, Soldier Boy's entire justification for giving him the V1 collapses. The reason he did it was for her. If Homelander hurt her, that's the motivation for Soldier Boy to turn. And a depowered Homelander, forced to live as a human, is honestly a scarier ending for him than death. He's always wanted to be a god. Making him mortal is the cruelest possible punishment. Theory 2. Ryan kills him. This one has been on the table since season 2. Ryan Butcher is the only natural-born soup in existence. His powers aren't derived from Compound V, they're innate, which means the rules might be different for him. We already know Ryan can hurt V1 soups. He nearly killed Stormfront at the end of season 2, and earlier this season, he made Homelander bleed, the most powerful soup alive, and Ryan drew blood.
Yes, Homelander beat him badly after that, but Ryan is still growing, still developing. And the emotional stakes of a son being the one to stop his father, the person who spent 5 seasons trying to corrupt him, that's a storytelling moment this show would absolutely commit to. The problem is the timing. 2 episodes is tight to build Ryan back up after the beating he took. But this show has surprised us before. Theory 3. Moreau and the blood manipulation. This one is more of a wild card, but the show has been setting it up. Moreau from GenV has the ability to manipulate blood, and she's reportedly one of the most powerful soups in the world, abilities that are described as almost godlike, including hints at resurrection. Now think about what that means against Homelander. He's bulletproof, he's immune to the virus, but his blood still flows. It has to. He's biological. And if someone can control blood the way Marie can, there are possibilities there that the show hasn't fully explored yet. The boys and GenV have been running in parallel universes all season. The finale could be the moment those worlds finally collide.
Okay, here's what I think actually happens. I think it's a combination of Theory 1 and Theory 2, and I think Stormfront is the key. Here's how I see it playing out. Stormfront is revealed to be alive. Or at minimum, new information comes out about what Homelander did to her or hid from Soldier Boy. Something that makes it personal again. That's the trigger. Soldier Boy turns, not because the boys convince him, because Homelander betrayed his one reason for helping him. Soldier Boy uses his chest blast on Homelander, stripping the V1, stripping the immortality, stripping everything. And then, a depowered, broken, fully human Homelander is left standing there. And who finishes it? Ryan. Not as a soldier, as a son, making a choice his father never made, to protect the people he loves, not himself. That's the ending this show's been building toward for 5 seasons. It's not just about killing the villain, it's about what you choose to become when you have the power to be anything. Homelander chose power. Ryan chooses people. And that contrast, that's the whole show.